Hey y'all, it's me, your homegirl, sister, because you're on Exchange, and welcome back to my channel. Now, just a little disclaimer, y'all, it is allergy season. I know I sound like the kid from the PJs. I'm so congested, but I was like, you know what? Congestion, I'm here for you. I'm making videos for you, and I'm really excited about this video because it is something that has been on my mind. It has been occupying a lot of my brain space, and I just have to get it out. And because we trust each other, it feels right that we do this and discuss it together. And before we get into all of that, are you subscribed to the channel? You should be liking, you should be commenting, you should be subscribed to the channel, and also put on the notifications so you know when new videos come. Yes, they're every Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, but sometimes y'all be forgetting. I be forgetting. I forgot what I had for breakfast today. So put on the notifications, subscribe to the channel, and make sure that we is copacetic. Okay? Child, the gays and theys are fighting again. And this time it's because the gay man that went out there and said that he's not attracted to gay men. Alert the media. This is shocking, groundbreaking, revolutionary. Said nobody. Girl, this is a tale as old as time for the self-hated gays. So, in today's video, we're getting into it because I want to discuss the quiet part that no one is really saying out loud. Okay, so the other day, we woke up to a very viral interview with Mr. E.J. Johnson. And because the internet is so vast, so big, I realized someone can be on my algorithm on TikTok and you have no idea who this person is because the internet is so goddamn big. I almost cussed, but I didn't. So you might be saying to yourself, who is E.J. Johnson? Let me catch you up. E.J. Johnson is a television personality, fashion figure, and the son of NBA and movie theater legend Magic Johnson. Yes, movie theater legend. If you don't know about Magic Johnson theaters, you're probably not from New York City. Byron, do you know about the Magic Johnson theaters? Do you? Well, there were a chain of theaters that started in 1994, and I think they were really only prominent in like Harlem and in Crenshaw in LA. EJ first became really known to reality TV on The Rich Kids of Beverly Hills, where he stood out for being very unapologetic and being feminine presenting, serving high fashion looks, and a very Beverly Hills lifestyle. That was his tea. So EJ built a really public image around confidence, luxury, gender from expression, and especially as, you know, a Black gay man who presents in that way that's challenging masculinity, he turned a lot of heads. So it's safe to say when someone like EJ with a Birkin and an old nasty Fantasia Merino piece starts talking about not being attracted to gay men, people are going to listen. It's going to drum up a lot of attention. EJ went on Carlos King's podcast, who is a Black gay reality TV producer. He went up on that show and said very calmly and very clearly out of his mouth that he does not attract gay men and he's not attracted to gay men. So the entire internet did a collective Scooby-Doo. We were scratching our balding heads what's the tea? And people were going off, rightfully so. It's confusing. And I guess I was kind of gagged at how big the outrage was because people were responding EJ went into Pride, unplugged the speakers, and called somebody's granddaddy a people were really turned up about it. Don't get me wrong, right? There were some very problematic things EJ said, but I don't want that to overshadow the real conversations we need to be having about preferences, internalized homophobia, and performative masculinity. So to do that, I think we should actually look at what EJ said because context matters and so does y'all's reading comprehension. Okay. So this is the exact quote. He said, "I don't attract gay men and I am not attracted to gay men. It's why I don't go to gay clubs or go to gay things because the men I attract are not there." Now, this is some really confusing backward ass shit I'm hearing, okay? Because on two things. One, on all the research I've done on EJ, on how he identifies, and two, just opening my big, beautiful brown eyes, EJ is a gay man, okay? So saying you're not attracted to the thing that you are, it's not just a preference, it becomes an identity issue. It smells and sounds like a big old hearty serving of internalized homophobia with a side of denial, right? Because when you use language like this, there's a self-loathing and a rejection of the very thing that you are. And he goes on to say that it's why I don't go to gay clubs or gay things. Now are you moving from your attraction to gay men to just plain on avoidance? Now you are essentially rejecting gay men and you're avoiding actual queer spaces where gay people occupy, it's a very interesting take. He goes on to say, these are not my men in terms of attraction. These are not the men that are interested in me in that capacity. I do that when I go to straight spaces. So you find the trade at the straight spaces. So you ain't going to WeHo. Where do straight people go in LA? You know Byron? Yeah. The Abbey. Calling Serena. This for me is where the line of fantasy and fiction begin to blur, okay? EJ is a man. EJ is attracted to men. He's describing men who are attracted to him. So by simple math, if a man is attracted to a man, that man is not straight. He could be bi, he could be pan, he could be semi-am. He got a wife and a Costco membership. He is multitasking. Okay, you are just a blip. You are a stop on the train. And what's so annoying is that I know these dudes that EJ is describing. I've lived this life. What he's describing are these men who cosplay straightness. They are method acting. And the Oscar goes to this motherfucker, Jake, John, Rakim. Y'all know who y'all are. Those were made up. Actual people that may be watching this video. These men are typically closeted DL dudes that would never be caught dead with you in public. You are a secret, you are a dream, you are a fantasy, you are a notification that gets cleared immediately. Like you are something that belongs in the Still of the Night, girl. You are something that belongs in a room on the 3rd floor at a maybe 3 or 4 star hotel. The ice machine is broken and so are his promises of what you and him will ever be. Like I'm dead ass. Like I have lived this experience. This was my shit for a very long time in my warped, crazy, early queer mind. Like throughout my entire 20s, all I dated, well, let's be real, all I were closeted DL men in New York City. If you weren't Black, Dominican, or Puerto Rican from the Bronx, Brooklyn, or Harlem, sometimes Queens, and looked like you could black my eye and choke me out, I wasn't interested. If you were not serving rough trade and you didn't make me feel like I should have hidden all my valuables in my freezer before I let you in my apartment, I was not interested. Bye, don't even come. I was tricking myself that these straight men were into me because I presented some femme fatale. I was so femme presented, it was so sexy to them. It wasn't. Like, because I looked so fish, I didn't. There is this confidence that comes with being able to feel like you're pulling the same dudes that cis or trans women can pull. Like, dead ass. There is a delusion that becomes visceral when you think you are competing where you don't really compare. Now, this dude may be into all the fantasy you are selling, but that does not a straight man make. It just makes you convenient. And overall, the shit just reeks of desirability politics, right? I wanted so bad to be dating straight guys to give me this proximity to straightness that I subconsciously really coveted, which was spawned from my own internalized homophobia. I can reconcile with that. And at the end of the day, I was not really looking for a connection. I told myself I was, but I was not really. Like, I could never, ever truly be with these straight dudes. Now, listen, I can't speak for EJ, but it looks like, sounds like. I've been there, I've lived it, and I'm on the other side, and I'm and it's lovely, it's great. And you know, for me, when I discovered this, when the light bulb finally came on and I realized like what I was doing to myself, I was like, I cannot believe I was cheating myself out of real love and real happiness for so long, right? I was so in my own delusions of this desire of wanting straight dudes, for the approval it was giving me, for the fantasies I saw in all these films and TV shows about bagging straight dudes. Like, I was so caught up with that when I realized, like, it was on my 30th birthday and I was like, what am I doing? There are these beautiful, queer, openly queer, free-loving dudes that I could be with, but I wanted these motherfuckers that want to have me in the back, in the closet, in the dark. No, out of here. It's when I wrote my song Street Light. Oh my God, I'm in the revelation. My song Streetlight literally talks about this, and when I wrote Streetlight with the Ritson Canon, that's when I had the moment. I was writing the song and I was having this like therapeutic come to Jesus realization, like, no girl, you don't deserve this. You deserve so much more. You deserve so much better. Someone who will love you honestly, openly, and freely forever for good. And I think also a thing that really grinds my gears about this entire thing and it really gets me heated are the gays who take umbrage with this POV and act like they don't have no facts, no femmes, or its derivatives on their profiles today. These motherfuckers are out here and they act like they are so shocked and they're so surprised because to them, everyone is attracted to femme-presenting gay men and they can't for the life of them understand why EJ can feel that way he feels. Bullshit, bitch, bullshit. Because your writer bio sounds like a casting call for the NFL. Blue 22, hut, hut, hut. Like, you may not have the words typed out on your bio, but it's very heavily implied. I'm looking for in-shape buddies to work out with. What real niggas at? Please, the outrage to me is so performative and it's fake as because you have people who are genuinely offended by what EJ said, whose own behavior doesn't fully align with that offense. And many of the same people critiquing EJ for rejecting effeminate gay men are not actively pursuing, prioritizing, or dating those men themselves. These values, like all these virtues that we claim publicly, don't always match with the choices we make privately. Because it's easy to advocate for inclusivity in theory, real easy. It's much harder to confront how your own attractions might mirror the very hierarchies we're criticizing. That doesn't make anyone a bad person though, but it does make the conversation more complicated than a simple right versus wrong. What EJ said wasn't radical, it was familiar. The difference is that most people soften it or bury it under more socially acceptable language. EJ skipped all the bullshit. EJ said, I ain't got time for that. And that kind of clarity has a way of making people uncomfortable. Y'all don't hate EJ for what he said. You hate how familiar it sounded. And that's on that. I just wanted to come out here and say this to put heart to pen to paper and just express that as someone who lived this experience, who this was my lived experience for literally from the time I was 19 until 30. I done the groundwork, the groundwork, and I'm so happy I'm on the other side of it. So I only give brother EJ grace. Sorry, sister EJ Grace. I'm obsessed with their Instagram. I love following the content. They're so cunty, they're so fierce, especially that sickening Fantasia piece, girl. That Fantasia piece is so crazy. I live. So Godspeed to EJ, and I just ask that we all just have a little more grace and just extend a little more courtesy and understanding. Like, we are all trying to fight our queer and gay demons and all the shit that we grew up with that from our parents and churches and whoever. And I just think we just have to offer a little more grace and not jump down EJ's throat like he is a traitor to the queer community because he's just expressing a sentiment that a lot of us, a lot of y'all watching this, myself included, have had in the past. And he just maybe just not there yet to get over it. So give him some grace, give him some love. And EJ, shouts out to you. I'm Monét Exchange. If you like this video, again, comment, share, subscribe. And I hope to do more of these. I have a lot of thoughts. I look forward to expressing more of these with you. And until next time, peace.